Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of The Morning Show. I'm the creator, the producer, and the host of the show. We want you to check out our website. It's themorningshowwithnatalie.com. You can go to that website. You can see all about our sponsors, all about the show. You can even listen to live episodes while they're going on right there from the website. Another way to listen to the show live is go to Live 365. You can download that app and just search for The Morning Show. It's right there. Super easy. We want you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you will. That way you can keep up with what's going on The Morning Show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. All week long, we have been featuring the singer, the songwriter, the speaker. Well, just about anything you can think of, she can do it. We're talking about Miss Victoria Bowlin, and this morning, she is here. And we're ecstatic about it. Welcome to The Morning Show, Victoria.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
We're excited. And I don't really know where to start because you do everything and you do it superbly. You've won it all. Well, you've done it all. Girl, you've been busy.
I have been busy. I stay busy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yes. I've been, honestly, I have my hands in a little bit of everything. And I do that just because I enjoy a little bit of everything. Yeah. Music obviously is my first love, as far as things go. I love the music. I love singing. I love songwriting. And a few years back, I started even writing books. I've got 2 books out, and then the Lord started using me to speak after the books came out, and it's just been an awesome journey.
Wow, that's amazing. And you started so young. You were literally born for this. I read that they put a mic in your hand at age 2. So you got an early start.
I did. Mom would dress me up in the frilliest, laciest dress she could find, and use hairspray and a curling iron until my hair was bigger than my head. Yeah. So I've been doing this all my life.
singing at camp meetings, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. I was raised in tent revivals.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's how I got my start with my family, traveling and singing with them. My parents have been singing together for well over 40 years. So when I came along 33 years ago, almost 34 years ago now, as soon as I came out, my mom said, "I knew you were going to be a singer because you came out hollering."
She knew it. She knew it.
Yep.
Well, we don't want anybody to go anywhere. We're just getting started. We're going to come back and talk about some of Victoria's accomplishments, and so many. There's too many awards that we could never cover all of them in one interview. It would take a whole day to cover everything she has accomplished and received. But we're just going to touch the surface in a little bit, and then we're going to talk about this new album that she has. So don't go anywhere. But I think a great way to get things going is by one from the new album. It's a good way to start. I love this one. It's called Gather Together. When we come back, we'll talk about this album. We're glad to have Victoria on The Morning Show.
Do you ever wake up from a crazy dream, a nightmare so it seems, where you lost everything? You look at things around you a little differently, appreciate the little things, spend time with friends and family. We've got to live life like there's no tomorrow. Show the world there's more than pain and sorrow. Let's gather together with grateful hearts, be thankful for one another, and do our part. Just take a look around you at God's work of art. There's so much to be thankful for. So gather together. Do you ever wonder how different things could be if we could just agree, live in perfect harmony? Things that cause division, like the color of our skin, or judging who we've been before we let God in. We've got to learn how to love one another.
received so many awards throughout the year. I can't cover all of that, but I'll just say a few things here that I wanted to mention that are pretty impressive on a resume. You have sang on the main stage at Gatlinburg Gathering more than one time. You've been a part of that. You have sang on the stage of the National Quartet Convention. That's no small feat. There's a lot of full-time artists who have never done that. You have sung at Dollywood. And let's go ahead and establish who you are, because some people who are listening that may not recognize the name Victoria Bowlin right offhand, they definitely know who 11th Hour is. So we want everybody to know that currently you are with 11th Hour. And 11th Hour was in the top 5 nominations for favorite trio of the year by the Singing News in this past 2022. And don't tell Gerald Wolf, but I voted for 11th Hour as favorite trio of the year 2022. Out of the top 5, they were my favorite last year. I thought you were very deserving of that. So we want everybody to know you're connected with 11th Hour, because that's a big deal right there. Do you like singing with that group?
Oh gosh, I love them. They are just wonderful. They are, and I would say this to their face or behind their back, they are some of the best people in the world to work for and to travel with. I just love Amber and Garrett. They are, they love Jesus. You can tell it, you know it. It comes through in their lives, and they're the same on stage as they are off. And that's a big deal to me, is knowing that you're living what you're singing. And I can honestly say, because we're in close quarters most of the time, and I can tell you that they absolutely live what they sing.
Well, you would know. You're right there with them all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
And not only is the sound and the singers phenomenal with 11th Hour, but this is the truth. They put out some of the best songs that Southern gospel music has to offer. 11th Hour never wastes a song. They have some of the best songs out there.
Thank you. We go through a very tedious process when we pick songs, and our goal is to find the songs that mean something to us, to the point that we can convey that to others in a way that will move them, and not just in an emotional way, but because it's not about the emotion of it. We want people to have a godly experience with these songs that we're singing, and the majority of the songs that we sing, we write. So we've had a hand in writing these songs, so we know where they came from. We know the trials and the struggles that we went through to get some of those lyrics, and we know the scriptures that back them and the songs were based on.
Yeah, they're personal. They're personal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My little boy is a fan of 11th Hour, Tate. And when you were talking about how they really are what you see on stage, that really is how they are. We experienced that at the NQC. He wanted to meet 11th Hour. That was one of his goals when he got there. He said, I want to find their table. I want to meet them. And you guys were so kind. You didn't know him. I mean, you didn't have to be. He just walked up to the table, and you took time to talk to him and to just, to just get acquainted with him. And it made a lasting impact on Tate, and he has not forgotten that. He's a true fan. We all are.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet. Thank you.
This is not about 11th Hour. This is about Victoria Bowlin. So I'm going to get back on track. And we're going to talk about this album, but I wanted to mention one more thing as far as in your resume and things that I've read about you. You also have a degree in biblical theology. You got that from the New Vision Bible College and Seminary. I was extremely impressed with that, Victoria.
Yes. Actually, that was, for lack of a better word, it was just a God thing. I graduated high school when I was 16 years old. I had went through and got all my credits together to where I knew that I was called to sing and travel full time, but we couldn't do that until I was out of school. And so I prayed about how to make that happen as quickly as possible. And the Lord allowed me to graduate high school a year early. So I actually skipped my junior year, went straight to being a senior, doubled up on things, and graduated public high school at 16 years old. So when I graduated, I knew that I was not going to immediately go to college. I was going to get on the road full time, because that's what I felt led to do. But when all of that happened, I thought, you know what, years went by, and I thought, I'm doing what I know that I'm called to do, and this is just what it's going to be. So schooling was really the last thing on my mind. But a friend of ours is actually the president of that college, and he came up to me and my husband one week. We were actually at the Singing in the Sun in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina that week. And he walked up to us out of the blue and he said, "Hey, have you ever thought about going back to college?" And I said, "Honestly, we're so busy and God has blessed us so much that I don't know that we would have time for that, not to actually physically go anyway. But it's something that my husband really desired, is to go to biblical college, because he's a preacher. So, he wants to do as much as he can, for that. So he asked us, he said, "Well, I would like to offer you guys a full scholarship to go through and get your bachelor's degree in biblical theology through New Vision Bible College." And it just floored us. It was something that we were not expecting at all. But it's like the Lord just kind of threw it in our laps, and he said, "Look, you do it at your own pace. I send you the curriculum. You do everything from a distance. You never have to come in person. You can do everything, online and through the curriculum that you're sent. And when you're finished, we go through everything, we grade everything, and you get your degree." And that's exactly what we did. I actually there was about a 6-month period that Aaron and I were in transition in moving from North Carolina to Nashville, Tennessee. And in that time, I had a lot of extra time to just sit and work on new music. I had time to work on school and things like that. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bear down and I'm just going to get it done. And I got it done way quicker than I thought I would. But it turned out to be an awesome experience. And I learned so much through that.
I mean, how incredible is that to have on a resume, a degree like that? Wow, that's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly not something that I ever thought that would be on my resume, honestly. But I'm thankful for that opportunity, and it's really helped a lot in my learning and understanding, and even understanding of the word too. And that's important when you're writing. So it all works together.
Distance as the lightning strikes again. It's a little overwhelming to be caught in changing winds, but I'm not gonna wait for this old storm to pass. I'm gonna learn to dance in the rain. I'm gonna learn to smile through the pain. When the clouds of fear and doubt start rolling in like thunder, I choose not to be afraid. I'm gonna keep myself encouraged when the skies are looking gray. 'Cause I know that God's still good, and that's never gonna change. Gonna learn to dance in the rain. As darkness gathers round me, I stumble to the ground. And when I hear the voice of defeat, I tremble at the sound. But I'm not gonna give up, I will not turn around. 'Cause every step gets closer to a brighter day. I'm gonna learn to dance in the rain. I'm gonna learn to smile through the pain. When the clouds of fear and doubt start rolling in like thunder, I choose not to be afraid. I'm gonna keep myself encouraged
Well, let's talk about this album. I'm saying it is a new album. It is your new album. It's actually been out a few months, right? It's new to us. I mean, on the morning show, and it's new to me, but it's been out a few months. But this album is fantastic. And I'll say this, when you start listening, if you get to one song and maybe the flavor's not something that you like, it's not your style, just keep listening, because the next song's a little different and the next song's a little different. So everybody's going to find something on here that you like. And the incredible thing is, didn't you write all of these or co-write every single song?
I wrote all 12 of the songs. There's only one co-write on there. And everything else I wrote on this. And it was just, again, even this album was a God thing. It's something that I have been wanting to do for a while. I have not, until this project, I had not done a solo project in 4 years.
Wow.
And joining the group and being a part of 11th Hour, you know, I was like, look, that's my sole focus. That's what took my focus in. But I had a desire to do a new solo album, because I wanted to get some songs out that I knew that the group wouldn't necessarily record, but that was me, you know, that I wanted to put out there and that I thought would bless people and encourage them. And as those songs started coming and I started writing them, I kind of put them aside and put them on the back burner and kind of started making a list of, hey, these are songs I would love to record on a solo album one day. And then things just started falling in place. I had musician friends start coming to me, hey, if you ever want to do a solo album, just call me. Producers, hey, if you ever want to do a solo album, let's do it, call me. And everything just fell into place, and it all came together so quickly. Anyone who's ever recorded an album would know, and for those of you who don't know, when you go into the process, the song picking process, honestly, is the hardest part. Narrowing down what you're going to do. And once you get through that process, then finding the right producer, finding the right musicians, finding, getting the right arrangements and all that. It's a long process. And sometimes people take, anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to get a project out. And from the moment that we started song picking to the moment that it was finished, it was done in 3 months.
Wow.
The whole
That's
thing.
Incredible. That's unheard of, really.
It really is. It was so fast, and it turned out, in my opinion, I'm so proud of it, and not in a prideful way, but just so grateful for how everything just fell in place and how the Lord just orchestrated everything together. And I love how everything turned out. And this project was really special to me too, because I was a lot more involved in this particular project than I've been in any other project that I've ever done. I actually got to self-produce this project. I sang all of my own background vocals on it. I wrote everything on it. I even did down to the graphics on the project. So I had a hand in every step. I'm so excited about how it turned out.
Well, you should be proud of this. It really caught me strongly when I heard this. So you should be proud of this. Here's one off the album that I really like. It's called Dead Man Walking. And when we come back, we're going to talk about my very favorite song on the album. So don't go anywhere. More with Victoria Bowling right after this song.
Some thought he was a gardener in Jerusalem that day. Others hallucinations when they looked upon his face. They had watched him die, so they knew this could not be. Then again he said he'd rise, so was this more than just a dream? He was a dead man walking, suffered the cross of Calvary. Chasing worldly pleasures, looking for a sense of gain. Thought I had it all together, but inside I felt such pain. Then I
Okay, Victoria, I was going to ask you, one of the questions I had was who produced this, but you told me you did.
Oh, I covered it.
I saw in some of the reviews on your website, I saw something from Shane Roark about something he had produced from you. And I thought, well, I wonder if Shane produced this, but no, this is all you. This is strictly
Yep.
you.
First one that I've done everything on, and I'm so pleased with it. Yeah, the last project that I did before this one was with Chapel Valley, and Shane produced it and did a phenomenal job. And I even thought about having Shane produce this one because I liked the other one so much. But I just, when I got down to it and got praying about it, I thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to produce it and arrange it myself. And I sat down and the Lord just started giving all the arrangements and everything to me, and I just went with it. And I think it turned out,
You made the right call.
Well,
if you can do it, absolutely do it. My favorite song on the album is the title track called Days with You. And I just want you to talk to me a little bit about this song because it's so different. And when you hear it, I don't know, it just kind of puts me mentally in a whole nother place. And the feeling is so authentic. You don't think really Southern gospel. When you hear this, you kind of feel country western. I don't know. And it's not 2023 country western. It's way back country western. It's just fun to listen to. Yeah, it is. Tell me about writing this.
It's fun. So I am a big Patsy Cline fan. I'm also a big Reba fan in the country world. There are three people that I really, really like in country music, and that is Patsy Cline, Reba McEntire, and Vince. And those three have had a lot of influence on my stylistic, part of my writing and my solo things. And when I go back and listen, if you ever ride with the car, I have such a plethora of music on my Apple playlist. I mean, you go from Southern gospel to contemporary to praise and worship to Black gospel to country to jazz, classical, and Black gospel, and you just all these different things, 80s, and there's just a whole. Yeah. I think I cover all of it, and the 50s, and I love that old school sound. So when I sat down to write Days with You, I thought, man, that particular country swing style, that old school style, is something I would love to hear come back personally. It's kind of like a lost art almost.
I agree.
But when I sit down and I hear music like that, it just puts me in a really good mood.
Yeah.
So I thought I would love to write a song in that style just for fun. Yeah. And so I thought about, man, what in the world would I even write about? And I started thinking about it. And every song that you hear with that kind of music is normally a song about being at a bar, my heart got broke, and blah, blah, blah.
Somebody cheated on me.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, man, how can I turn that around, but make it sound like when you listen to the first verse, you're thinking, is this a country song or is this a gospel song? I'm not real sure. And then you hear the chorus, and it can be really taken either way. And then the second verse pulls it around into, oh, she's talking about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So it talks about how, I've traded my sad time blues for Days with You. And it's talking about trading all the sorrow, trading all the things in the past that used to hold me and that used to have me down. And I've traded that for spending time with the Lord and giving Him my full attention and making Him priority and making Him my desire. Because once there's a scripture in the Bible that says He'll give you the desires of your heart. Well, up until a certain point in life, I had always misunderstood that scripture. And what that scripture really means is God is supposed to be your one desire. And when you make Him your desire, and He is the desire of your heart, everything else that you ever wanted is yours, because that is your desire. And He'll give you all that He can of Himself. That's the point. He wants that relationship with you. So that was the whole basis of that song.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not trying to withhold anything from you. He wants to give it to you. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, this is the kind of song that when it gets to the end, my finger just automatically hits go back and play it again. Just repeat this one. It's my favorite, and we have been playing it an awful lot on the morning show. I want to play it right now. We love it, Victoria. We really do. Here it is. It's the title track from the album. Here's Days with You. All right, we want to encourage everybody to get this album. Now, it's been out a few months. You've got it's easy to get. Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify. I'm sure you can go to the website and order it. What is the website? It's victoriabowlin.com, right?
Right, victoriabowlin.com, and Bowlin has no G, so it's Bowlin.
Yeah, Victoria, Bowlin. Go out there and order it. Some people still like to get a physical CD in their hand, so you can go to the website and order it. But you need this album because it's interesting, it's exciting, it's different, it's one of a kind, and we love it. We want you to have it. Victoria, I appreciate your time for being our featured artist all week long and for being with us today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It's been a joy.
Yeah. Well, you've got a friend here on the morning show. Don't forget it.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. We'll do it again sometime. Thanks, Victoria.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.